Baby, listen, child. Y'all wouldn't even let me enjoy my weekend good. Y'all was tearing up my line, talking about all the things that was going on with Shirley Strawberry and them damn prison calls, baby. First of all, prison calls is enough to get my damn attention. I love to know what somebody talking about on the private line, honey. Then she was her own strawberry letter this morning. And speaking of letters, honey, somebody need to write Tyrese ass a doctor's letter to let us know if his ass is sane enough to be out here roaming around the general population with the rest of us, or is his ass gonna walk into a neighborhood Walmart with explosive on his back and blow that mother up. Wanna talk about it? Here you go. Now, so girl, let me tell you something. You know, it's very weird when you're in this position because a lot of times when you in the gossip position, the general public loves when the person that's dishing the gossip becomes the gossip. You know what I'm saying? And the number one story of journalism is don't become the story. Well, child, all of us would be lying if we were to say, you know, we weren't a little intrigued or just a little entertained or just a little whatever other word you want to use, that Shirley Strawberry and Steve Harvey became their own Strawberry letter. And granted, I get that people write in and she read the letter, but I'm still gonna say sitting up there telling everybody else damn business, and now her shit done got leaked down to the streets. But is there really anything for us to talk about here? Listen, and listen good, daughter. The story is not about Shirley Strawberry being the letter. The story is not about what Shirley Strawberry said about Marjorie and Steve. The story is the fact that Shirley Strawberry still got the damn prison line phone number not on block, and this man can't be around animals or children. And I don't know which one I'm more appalled by, the animals part or the children's part. And quiet as a scared bitch, what's the criteria for your ass not to able to be around animals? What all the hell was you doing? Okay, because bitch, I need to get a better understanding. Was you like hiding behind a garbage can and playing with yourself at a zoo, looking at the rhinos and the children's? Or was you laying it low and spreading it wide with some chickens and some roosters? I'm trying to get a better understanding of why this man can't be around no animals. Now, I can figure out, I can deduce, I can decipher, I can pull from the gods, the heavens, the trees, and the stars above why he probably can't be around no children. And that ain't no laughing matter. I'm not even finna joke and play around there, but baby, my imagination ain't vivid enough for me to figure out why he can't be around no animals. Now, can he not be around no animals like the way like Michael Vick can't be around no animals? Because then I understand that. Just a little animal cruelty tease, a little yang, down to the dog fight. I can understand that. Or can he not, like R. Kelly, be around the animals? I don't see nothing wrong. He didn't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Ooh, child, say it ain't so. That's the real story. But let me tell you something. Everybody tuned into the Steve Harvey Morning Show today. They wanted to see what was going to be said. And here is the God honest truth. First off, Shirley Strawberry, if you really want to know and test if somebody is your friend, it really boils down to you getting a glimpse of the things that they say about you behind closed doors. All right? Now, when you're talking to your significant other, your sister, your best friend, your good girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, some co-workers that don't even know your friend, people who are 8 degrees separated from the person, that's when you let your hair down and you say all the shit you feel, you tell all the jokes, you poke fun at, and all of that. And to be quite honest, in that very relaxed conversation, she could have went in and let have on Steve and Marjorie, and she did not, at least on this particular phone call that was released. And I'm willing to believe that's because that's not what's in Shirley Strawberry's heart. All right? First and foremost, she really did not have anything to apologize for. She had nothing to apologize for. She didn't do anything wrong. It is not as if she made a mistake and butt dialed Steve and this message got left on his machine. That is something that would have been her fault, carelessness on her part. It's not like she was sitting up in a staff meeting and running her mouth. She was having a private conversation with her spouse where she had full carte blanche to say whatever the fuck she wanted to say, good, bad, or indifferent. And even in that conversation, she did not say anything bad. Now, here's where things get tricky, right? Because humans tend to be emotional beings. And although she did not say anything bad or wrong, the average person is still going to process that leaked phone call as that bitch was sitting up over there talking about me behind my back. At least an immature average person. I'm sure that Steve and Marjorie felt the sting of Shirley saying, we weren't supposed to be in there. You know he's scared of her. That didn't feel good. Friend or not, true or not, that didn't feel good to Steve and Marjorie. And the other part was what she said, Steve was winded going up the stairs. All right? She was poking fun at Steve's weight or his health. It's true, it's not super salacious or malicious, but it doesn't feel good hearing somebody discuss you. Good, bad, or indifferent. Nobody wants to hear that. Now, depending on how emotionally mature Steve and Marjorie are, they can either let it go or they could have an attitude about it. Now, listen, women, y'all know how y'all do. I don't know Marjorie. I don't think we know very much about Marjorie's personality, but she has garnered this reputation of being a bitch, a villain, the Wicked Witch of the East, this stern woman that don't play. Like, that's kind of her public persona. And based off of that alone, a lot of us are probably feeling like Marjorie ain't featuring Shirley Strawberry right now. Marjorie probably don't want Shirley ass back around her house. And Marjorie probably gonna have an attitude when it comes to Shirley. And it's gonna be very awkward the next time she sees Shirley. Oh, and the part about Marjorie treats them like the help. And you know, the funny thing about it is, if it was me, and I know that everybody doesn't have the ability to introspectively look at themselves. If it was me, I actually would not be mad or bothered with Shirley. I would be a little more disappointed in myself. Because I would say to myself, self, what is it that I'm giving off that when Steve's close friends and colleagues of over 20 years come around, they feel like the help in my presence? Because nobody should get off on going around making somebody feel less than or lower than. And the fact that Shirley says she don't come around there, basically, they invite them all the time, but they don't come around there because Marjorie there. But then again, Marjorie may not give a damn. And Marjorie may like it like that. You know, some people don't want nobody in their damn house. Some people don't want nobody in their damn house. But me personally, I would never be the type of lover, spouse, significant other that would knowingly alienate my partner from their people. I would be the type more like, your people coming over, I don't really gel with your people, I'm going to go in the room, or I'm going to go eat with my friends, y'all have fun. That's more of my personality, but I'm not going to make my significant other's friends feel uncomfortable. I don't know, y'all. As much as I want to give Marjorie the benefit of the doubt, and like I said, I think what's messing Marjorie up in this situation is that we don't know much about her personality. We don't know much about her demeanor. We get a few interviews and a whole lot of pictures of her dressing to the gods. And based on the little bit that we do know, I'm leaning towards probably she probably got a little attitude, and it's like she don't want Shirley ass back around there no more. And if she really decides to be a bitch, she could make Steve's life miserable as hell until the point where something is done to Shirley Strawberry. What's that something? Now, they probably can't fire Shirley Strawberry because she can get a lawyer and she could sue. But contracts come up for renewal all the time. And once your contract is up, all the company has to say is, we just chose not to renew you. And that's that. Now, deep down inside, you know why they chose not to renew you. Bitch, I've been here 20 fucking years and now all of a sudden y'all don't want to renew me? Huh. But you have no legal recourse. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Shirley won't get punished by this. And unfortunately, guys, if you're in a friendship long enough, things are going to happen. And if they're truly friends, they will be able to rebound from this incident. And another thing, Steve and Marjorie really can't be mad, because even in this moment, when this was revealed, him and Marjorie sat down and had private conversation. And I'm sure they read Shirley ass under the bus and all around the world. And her and that man that can't be around dogs, got to be around supervision just to touch a kitty. I'm sure they cracked all types of jokes. And if any of us are honest, I don't give a damn if it's your mama, your significant other, your sister, your boss, your children. You have had negative conversation about that person with somebody else under the expectation of privacy. And see, that's another reason really quickly, and I know this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. That's why I don't believe in spouses going through each other's phones and stuff. And see, for me, it's not about cheating. Because if I'm with you, I'm not going to cheat on you. For me, I'm a bit on broke your fucking heart, because you probably done made me mad one day and I was texting with my best friend and calling your mama all kind of bald-headed bitches and how I didn't want to go over there for Christmas because I can't stand the bitch. That's probably what's in my phone. I was send it to my best friend under the expectation of privacy, and now you don't read it, and now our relationship just can't be repaired because you can't get over how I felt in the moment about Miss Sammy bald-headed ass. We all do it. And so I think if we start from that point, the fact that we all do it, we've all done it, we all will continue to do it, that we really find that there is nothing to see here with Shirley Strawberry, and we need to be holding up our sister in prayer. Now let me ask y'all this, riddle me this. I didn't know at Shirley age the women's be having self-esteem issues. I didn't know at Shirley age the women still just be wanting men's any old piece of kind of man. I didn't know at Shirley age that the women still be gullible. I didn't know at Shirley age and success level that they still just put up with any old thing. Shirley is not bad looking. Shirley has a career. Shirley has a name in these streets. I don't understand why Shirley can't do better. But see, Shirley, this what happened when you was fucking with Barbara Mann and she let you have him. What did the song say? He's not my man, he's your problem now. He's your problem now. We got to keep Shirley lifted in prayer. Because that's the real embarrassing part, that she's still trying to hold down somebody who can't be around poultry. He couldn't even go to a chicken farm right now without getting rearrested. And that's a damn shame. All right, y'all. The next item on the agenda is Tyrese. There's no polite way of putting this. Something is the fuck wrong with Tyrese, all right? And I want to take a moment here because we do this thing in the community where we do this. They need help. Somebody needs to get him some help. You know, he's got mental issues, and we never give the instructions on what it is to do when somebody is acting like this. Now, granted, as fans and as bystanders, there's nothing for us to do, right? Like, we don't know Tyrese. buying or not buying his music is not going to help. Us going to his Instagram, making comments is not going to help. I mean, maybe we can get 10 million people to all say Tyrese go get help. Maybe it'll jog something in his mind. I don't know. But Tyrese has more than demonstrated that he is becoming unhinged, at least emotionally and mentally, and that the people around him need to rally together and do something to get this brother some help. And they need to deactivate his social media accounts before his erratic behavior blocks directors and movie houses from wanting to work with him out of fear of how he may act or what may come out of his mouth. What am I talking about? I'm talking about his recent interview at the Breakfast Club, where he went on and he was explaining to Charlemagne and DJ Envy why there was some hostile texts, and DJ Envy was like, you really said some nasty things to me and my wife that basically warranted me boxing you in the mouth or whatever. And Tyrese was on there apologizing, saying that he was on a certain medication, that he has no memory of it, so on and so forth. And the interview went on, everybody aired their grievance and said what it is they had to say. And then now Tyrese has went back to social media after assuming that he was there to fix the situation, and now is basically saying that it took everything for him to not get out the chair and beat them up, basically because they were heartless and insensitive and whatever. Here's what some of y'all gotta understand. With these personality disorders that some of y'all have and y'all lack of emotional intelligence, you do something wrong to somebody, okay? You did something wrong to somebody. And then some time goes by, and now you've gotten yourself together enough to explain what you did to the person, why you did to the person, and you are ready to apologize. But just because you have gotten yourself together, it doesn't mean that the other person has gotten themselves together, is receptive, nor does it mean they have to be. And there's nothing you can do except hear them and take what it is they're saying. You have no legs to stand on, Tyrese. You committed an offense against these people. And I'm going to tell you where it gets really tricky, right? I think the main problem why Envy and Charlemagne were having a hard time just being nice and gentle about it is that in the back of my mind, I really feel as if neither of those guys believe that Tyrese does not believe. That Tyrese, let me back it up because I want y'all to hear me clearly. I think the real reason why Charlemagne and DJ Envy were unable to receive what Tyrese was saying with a softened heart, a softened demeanor, and a softened energy is because neither one of them believe that Tyrese does not remember what he did or said because he was on a medication. It felt like a cop-out. It felt like a cop-out. And I think because they felt like he wasn't owning it, they were like, man, fuck it. In the back of their mind, they were like, you still on some bullshit. And then for you to circle back and now do the live that you just did, saying the thing that you're saying, reinforces the fact that you were on some bullshit. And you completely lack the emotional intelligence to realize that you have to give other people time to process what it is that was going on. This was y'all first meeting since you committed the initial foul. You said your piece. Maybe the next time you would have seen those guys, things would have been a little different and y'all could have began to rebuild. But I'm pretty sure Envy and his wife are now sitting at home saying, that nigga remember what it is he said, and that apology that he gave to the Breakfast Club was some bullshit, and he meant every word he said, and he's back on that bullshit, and nor was it sincere. And Tyrese, I don't know what type of mental illness it is you're suffering with, what type of bipolar depression you're suffering with, but this constant need and search for validation from social media it's really scary, because you're talking to people who don't know you and who don't give a damn about you and who are entertained and making money off of your antics. And no one's siding with you, brother. No one's laughing with you. Everyone is laughing at you. Next, he going to be saying he in depression because Paul Walker's deaf, and Paul Walker been dead for God knows how long. You just got in a new relationship and bought the girl 2 dogs and a damn Range Rover, and now you on here crying. Like, bro, somebody get Tyrese some help or get him a show on Zeus so he can properly be platformed with this foolishness. But he going to have to take us out the group chat, because we can't do it no more. Anyway, y'all, I got to get in here and get ready for Fox Soul tonight. I'll talk to y'all hoes later. Bye.